matchup with the Buffalo Bills. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And this carries into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
On first down, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And even 20 yards and a first down on the game's very first play. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Zach Moss played prep ball 8 miles from here in Hollandale Beach. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I absolutely love Zach Moss coming out of the University of Utah. He was a kid who grew up in the state of Florida and comes out of a famous football family. And you can see the bloodlines when he plays. Strong, determined, excellent vision, contact balance, and good patience as a runner as well. Many question his long speed, but I wouldn't worry about that a heck of a lot. Watch him eat up 5, 10-yard runs, and by the end of games, often over 100 yards.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 42-yard line. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Gain on the play.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The Dolphins do the job defensively there, and now it brings up 4th.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Right there by Matt Breida, and he spent the early part of his career in San Francisco sharing the backfield and sharing the ball. What you really want with him, open space and make sure he's touching it, because he can take it from 0 to the end zone in a very short amount of time.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Tua going to hand this one to Breida.
Here we go.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are going to take a first quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
21-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Shaquem Griffin, he was relentless there as he hits home for the sack.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. From the gun, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Gabriel Davis.
13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
1st down, Buffalo.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Moss. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards to loss, 2nd and 12.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Allen's throw is complete.
They only wrote 2 that
this
time.
will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. To end the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When I see Mike Gesicki make a catch, I'm reminded of his athletic ability, and go back to the time we were leading up to the draft and showing his career highlights, including high school volleyball, where it appeared he was almost jumping over the net. I expect him to continue to grow in 2020, start to make progress in 2019. 5 touchdown catches and 570 total yards.
And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line.
Taken down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. They're able to locate Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Here we go.
Now a give to Breida. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. It was Kendall Donnerson who made the stop on the defensive side. Now it's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
On the handoff, this is Breida. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
He was brought down by Matt Milano. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
I'm coming after you. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. Watch the run. 58.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And it's caught by Parker.
Fucking
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills 33. Two Parker there for the Miami first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 15. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short game. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
It's a gain of 2.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. The kick by Sanders is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bills' offense is fucking ass. I'm not using this. I can't find a book I like. I can't find
The
it.
Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
26-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Allen. Oh, hit as
Are y'all not gonna
there,
fucking throw it?
incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First down, Buffalo.
Allen now on first down. And that's complete to Zach Moss out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. They go play action here on first down. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked
Like how
off by
he was
Rme
behind
Raw.
him. And it still worked.
And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
They'll start on the ground with Breida. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Tua. That'll be complete to Breida. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
From midfield, here's Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Running out of the gun here, Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 38-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will be a touchback as Grant opts not to return it. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And Wilson has it. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
49, guys. Mike, 49. I got him. Shit. Tighten up.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And this is caught. It's Parker. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 36. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, man. Watch the boot. Check it back.
They run with Breida. And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Kill. Under 10.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Allen.
Oh my fucking God, bro.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Allen and Knox teaming up there for Buffalo first down.
And a key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. They'll run on first down with Moss. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Allen. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Bills first down.
On first down, it's Moss. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
At the Dolphins' 19-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Stephon Diggs. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills draw a bit closer. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Back now in Miami. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Rita on the carry.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe
You gotta play so fucking boring this
what
match,
they're
bro.
looking for and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Focus, defense, focus. Check 31, check 31.
Here's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Dolphins.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution. Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, he's going to air one out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer. Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta. That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. From the gun, Allen, and able to find John Brown. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
And 8 yards.
Allen finding Brown for a Bills 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Moss. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Here's a give to Moss out of the shotgun. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
A gain of 9.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes.
Complete.
That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
It's a gain of 23.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll run on 1st down. Moss. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. They'll go again here with Moss. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The kick by Bass is good. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Yet now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get into overtime yet. So now as a defense, you've got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me, bro?
It's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. 34 yards there and a 1st down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Breida. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Tackle by A.J. Epinesa.
6-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up
Breida. He'll try the right side. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Tagovailoa. And this is Parker.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
He's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. And they're going to get the timeout called. What a finish. We're down to 4 seconds to go in this football game. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders.
A 30-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And Brandon, I'm trying to figure out how they remain so calm in these situations and then go out and execute, because I'm up here shaking like a leaf, and I was the one who had to make that kick.
They look calm, but I bet if you had a heart rate monitor on him, it'd be up in the 300s right there.
At the 20-yard line. The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off twice in the season? Once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. So stranger things have happened. It'd be interesting to see what the defensive strategy is about who they put on the field to try and knock that ball away.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were